to spend a little time to begin to explore the idea of dream and vision. The scripture in Genesis is very, very clear that it had an impact on Jacob, but it doesn't change his destiny at that time, but it has many of us have experiences with God, dreams and visions. Even in Pentecost, we were told that young men will dreams and old men will see visions. So just thought today we could talk for a moment about what's the presence, dream or vision. Do you get any kind of sense in your own life where that's true? And I thought I'd tell one. I was 18 years old, freshman in the dorm of my residence hall at UK, in the upper bunk in the afternoon, reading a required book called Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. And in reading that book, I got to a chapter that described this river flowing. And in this Buddhist kind of story, I had a profound experience of God, the immortal, the Almighty One. But I was afraid to tell anybody else that I knew because I was hanging out with conservative Christians who would not appreciate a Buddhist story. Yeah, anybody else open to tell a little bit of a story?
I have two special dreams from my childhood that always have stayed with me. And one was I was climbing this mountain and it was a really cloudy day and the clouds were really low over the mountain. And I was trying to walk a path and I knew it was dangerous, but I couldn't see where I was going. And I heard a voice saying, just put one foot in front of the other and you will be okay. And that dream has always stayed with me whenever I'm in a fearful situation. And another dream I had was, it was very dramatic. The stars were falling from the sky, the planets, it was like the cosmos was in chaos and people were running around in the dark and they didn't know where they were going. And I was out there trying to help them and show them the way and how they could be okay. And I remember that too, that it was kind of like there was a purpose for my life, that somehow in some small way I was supposed to show people the way, and that has always stayed with me too.
For me, I had this dream just a couple weeks ago and it just keeps coming back up to my mind. I was in my car, the car that I drove when I was 16 years old, my very first car, and I was like in a hurry to get to a group of people that I cared about. I don't know exactly who they were, but I was like driving and a tornado came and swept me up. And I was like in the center of the tornado and like everything around me was swirling, obviously. And I was like gripping onto the steering wheel. And I heard Jesus say to me, I've got you. I've got you. You're in this calm place. You keep driving. I've got you, even though everything is swirling around you. And I just kept calling out to him, like, Jesus, be with me. Jesus, be with me. And it was just such a crazy, like Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz, right? Like everything is swirling and just nutso, but I was in this peaceful center. And like, as I steered, it like moved the whole tornado. It was really interesting.
A few years back, I was struggling with some anger, and I had a dream of that just woke me up and energized me like nothing has before, and it was as if it was a mirror ball, but so much more than a mirror ball. And the mirror ball was 9-sided, and each side reflected one of the aspects of the fruit of the Spirit. And that's why I talk about that so often.
I'd like for us to continue to think about these things. Here's what I know. I'm guessing that everybody on this thing has had multiple experiences, but we discount them or they get buried. They're down deep. It's worthy of taking some time to think through your life a little bit, to see what's been leading and directing, because the almighty, mysterious God, the immortal one, is directing us all the time, whether we're conscious or not. The goal is to be conscious. It would be good for us to be more conscious. So we're going to continue with our worship with a song called Beulah Land. And this is a down home kind of song. And Beulah Land is a very simple reference in the scripture about a space between being at Nebo, in Mount Nebo, looking over into the promised land, that the promised land is away and that we dwell in Beulah land, the in-between space, but it's encouraging us how to dwell as godly people in the meantime. And today we're going to be looking at how do we live right now in America in the midst of the days that we're in right now. So let's share together this song.